everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have another quick video for you guys today. I made this super cute pocket-sized tissue holder, Kleenex holder, on my Facebook Live today, and I decided to do a video so that way you guys don't have to go through all the chit-chat that we do on our Facebook Lives. So I'm just going to show you really quick how to put this together. It's so simple, and I want you to stay tuned tomorrow because I'm going to have a coordinating box that goes with this that is absolutely beautiful. It matches it perfectly. So what you do here is the belly band just slips right off. I can't grab a hold of it, so give me just a minute. Let me push that. There we go. So I don't have them. Normally, if you're going to give this to somebody, I would put tear and tape on the back, and then that would adhere that, and then that would help that open up the band slide off too. I was just trying to be careful. I didn't want to rip that. So this is how that works. And before I get started on making the card, I did want to tell you guys, you can visit my blog. I have the free PDF that has the picture and the image, and it's titled Facebook Live November 28th. It's a tissue holder, and it has you the step-by-step instructions on how to make that. I always try to do free PDFs for everybody when I do videos. And then another cute little thing I have is my Santa's wish list. You could download that if you're local or if you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you don't currently have one, I would love to be your demonstrator. I am offering free Christmas wrapping to anybody that lives local to me. If husbands want to purchase Stampin' Up! Products for you for Christmas, if you want to purchase products for somebody locally. But it has, you can write down the item number, the quantity, the page, and the price. And just kind of, it's a nice little subtle way to leave it for your loved ones to find out what you want. And I've already had several people take advantage of this and placed orders for their loved ones in my online store. So thank you very much for doing that. I also have my November calendar that you could download if you want to follow me and you want to know when I do my classes. I do a weekly Facebook Live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I also do online classes. And then anybody that purchases in my online store or shops with me as an incentive for shopping with me, you can fill out this tracker form. Once you have this area up here filled out, it's $50 minimum purchase. Can't be $49.99. It has to be $50 before tax and shipping. And when you fill this out and you get it full, then you fill out the bottom down here, and then I will send you whatever you choose down here that is valued at $40 worth of free product in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Okay? Now let's get started. So what you're going to need for our base is a piece of Balmy Blue, and this is cut at 2 3/8 by 11. I'm just going to grab my stamping pad and just an old scrap piece of paper because I don't want to get anything on my pad if I can help it. So before I score this, I want to go ahead and stamp. On my Facebook Live today, I just actually scored it and then stamped, and it turned out fine. You can do it either way, and that's what I told them. It's not really a big deal if you do one before you do the other, I don't think. Just gonna kind of get that. I like to always make sure I get off on the sides a little bit just to make it all look really good and covered. And the small stamp works out really well to go in. The snowflake works really well to go in and fill. And I guess I should tell you guys, I didn't even tell you guys, I am using the Snow Case Showcase, and you only have till November 30th to order this, and it's while supplies last. They had the velvet paper that matched, and that already sold out, so you can get the Happiness Surrounds, the Snow Is Glistening, and let me just show you these framelits. They are beautiful, and they don't necessarily have to be just for Christmas. You can actually see that a few of them, this one and this one, would work nice for a flower, and a couple of these other ones, these leaves. So I think you could use this set all year long, not just at Christmas for snowflakes. So I'm just gonna put this in here and put it back over there so I don't lose it. And then we are going to use this snowflake framelit on our silver glimmer paper. So let me get back to stamping now. So now I'm gonna go in with the smallest snowflake, and I'm just going to fill in areas where I think it needs to be filled in, and I think that looks good. So let's close this up. Actually, I'm gonna do my belly band next. So we'll do the same thing. I'm just gonna stamp a few places with the larger snowflake, and then I'll just go in with the small one and the medium sized one. So I'm gonna use the medium sized one now, and we'll just go back in here. This one you can't put as many, so I'm just gonna use the smaller snowflake now, just so we have a variance of images. They're not all the same. Okay, I think I might be able to squeeze one right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and move that out of the way for right now. We'll do our scoring in just a minute. I'm going to bring in the Big Shot. Move the stamp set out of my way. I've got to be able to see my notes on where to score at here in a minute, so I don't want to cover that up. So this is the smallest circle in the stitched shaped framelit dies. And so we're just going to run that through. I guess I should have put my snowflake on there and ran it through at the same time. Oh well. And so I have a little piece of the silver glimmer paper, and I like to cut on the back side. I hope this is big enough. When I kind of put it on there, if I turned it right, it looked like it was going to be. And I ran this through a couple of times, just because with all the details. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And then I'm just going to bring in my little die brush and just kind of give it a little working around. Okay, and it should, like it just did, pop right out. Everything is out except for, it looks like, one little spot right there. Okay, looks good, and I'll just get that out of the way. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Simply scoreboard. Move this out of the way. And your piece of Balmy Blue that we started out with, we're going to go on the long side, and we're going to score it at 2 3/8. You're going to score it again. I'm trying to read. Oh, I just messed up. It was supposed to be 2 1/4. I was reading the note above. I'm going to try it and hopefully it'll work. 2 1/4, 3 1/4. My notes are laying very far away and I can barely see them, to be honest with you. And this one is 7 3/4 and 8 3/4. We'll see what this looks like. It should be okay. And then we're going to score the white piece, the belly band, at 2, 3, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. You guys will get the general idea. I just hope I can remember which one I need to fold it on now. Let's see. Let me find here we'll find the original one and lay it down, and I'll just match it up, and it's this one, the wider one. We'll see what it looks like. I'm not going to give it to anybody. I'm just making it for the video, so just make sure it's going to fold, and so you can barely see the line. So we'll just go ahead, but you can see it. So I'm sorry about that. I was reading my notes from far away, and I just happened to look up at the size of the paper instead of where my scoring lines were. So we'll just go ahead and put that on there like that. This goes together so easy. Those snowflakes almost look like they were meant to go together. And then we're just going to take the belly band, I'm trying to make sure that the tissue isn't going to fall out, and then you just bend it around to the back. It's kind of hard with the tissue, but this is the point. Let me just show you. This is the point where I would put adhesive back here. I would put 2 strips of tear and tape, close this up like that, and then that's going to help that stay in place. And then you just put your belly band. It's hard to work with this with that the Kleenex not sealed down. Let me get the score marks lined up and I'll be okay. Okay, let me grab my glue. So you don't want to put this on too tight because you do want them to be able to slide that belly band. So what I've been doing is just putting a little strip there, fold that over and line it up, and then I just kind of back it out just a little bit, just so that way it has some room. Okay, and then we're just gonna slide that down just a little bit because we want that to be covered right in the center. And then let me grab my piercing mat. We're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. So I'm going to take my Versamark and the sentiment that says joy, we're just going to stamp it right there in the center. And then let me grab my heat gun, and I have to plug it in. Okay, and then we're just going to turn this on really quick. Oh, you know what? Let's put some silver embossing powder on that first. Oh my. I just got home from work. It's very late, you guys. But I did want to make sure I got this video done as soon as I could, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have waited until I'd rested a little bit. Oh. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? There we go. Okay, let's try this again, this time with embossing powder, and let's see how that works out. My fingernail just kind of went on the J a little bit. Okay, hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to put just a little bit more on there because my finger touched that. I'm afraid it's not going to look very good. So let me just, before we set it good, let me just coat it again. And then I'm going to use my tweezers to hold it because the heat tool gets really, really hot. So there we go. Heat embossing is one of my favorite things to do. So then let me grab my dimensionals, and I'm going to put 2 on the back of the sentiment, just like that. Now for the snowflake, what I did was I used my fine tip glue pen, and you only want to put it on 1/2 of the snowflake because you only want it to adhere to the white belly band, because if you put it on the balmy blue piece, then your recipient is not going to be able to slide that up and down like they need to get the belly band off. So just something like that. Just make sure you do not put it down, glue down here, because then they would not be able to slide it. They would rip the snowflake and ruin how pretty it is. Okay, so I just kind of put that like that. And then just, oops, kind of put your joy, something like that. And that'll also help hold that on there. But you can see the snowflake is only adhered, well, I just lifted it up a little bit, but it's only adhered to the white piece. And then if you lay that glue will just dry clear. So there you guys go. Sorry for the mess ups. Thanks for watching anyway. If you are not subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button, and you can shop my online store 24/7 and visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. Thanks, guys.